Record. Hello and welcome to Sales and Silver, a world building podcast with your hosts Patrick
And I'm Harvey.
Bit of a delay there. So Harvey, what is world building?
World building is where you can create worlds or sometimes universes to just mess around with and create sometimes stupid and a bit weird stuff, but also crazy and amazing stuff. And in this world build, we're going to be centering more on our own world, mimicking the West Indies or the Caribbean during the late 18th century.
Early 18th century.
18th century.
Golden Age of Sail.
Mm-hmm.
World building is often done for a purpose, i.e. a book. Tolkien is one of the most famous world builders. He based it all around the languages he created, and then started to world build from there. Or it's for games. There's a lot of in-depth world building in Dark Souls and the Elder Scrolls. Or tabletop RPGs, such as Dungeons and Dragons. For this podcast, though, we are not going to be focusing around any kind of plot or real content apart from the podcast. We are purely going to be creating the world within this podcast, just for the sake of creating a world, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the specific world we're going to be making is in the early 18th century on a planet that is oddly similar to our own, but not quite the same. It's focused around the colonial areas within the equivalent of the West Indies or the Caribbean, depending on what you want to call it, or Antilles or Hispaniola. I think that's what it's called in Spanish. Don't quote me on it. I know that's one of the islands.
We have a map that we've come up with, and it's a rough mimic of the rough copy of the East Indies. If the map is up on your screen, if you're watching the YouTube version or any other way, it will be where?
In the show notes.
Right.
So that's in on our website. There'll be a link to it, or I guess iTunes. I don't think there's any way to show it on there, so you'll have to go to the website or the YouTube version.
There you go. And we're not really sure where we're going with it quite yet. So there'll be a lot to do in between episodes, but we have a few ideas of what we're doing. As you can see on the map, we just ran through what we were going to say and what we were doing, and we came up with the island on the left, like top left, being kind of Cuba.
Well, these are like rough equivalents. They won't necessarily be ruled by the same countries or anything. They're just roughly, vaguely similar shapes in similar places.
And in the middle, Hispaniola. And did you say at the top would be Florida?
Yeah, the bit that's very clearly Australia.
And then the rest of that we're not really sure.
The bottom bit's the Bahamas. The Philippines is going to act as the Bahamas.
Right, okay.
Just on the other side.
Well, there you go. We are going to have a few...
Oh, and that's Yucatan. I think that's right.
Right. We're going to have a few empires and civilizations roughly based on real empires that existed then.
Apart from, I think, natives, we're going to go as unique as possible and try not to base them on reality to make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah. That is one thing that I am definitely worried about, it being too bland and boring. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're going off no, we're not. We are going off empires that existed, but changing their culture slightly, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're doing real culture groups, but we're adjusting the cultures within those culture groups. So there'll still be like the Romance group, but maybe the equivalent of what's I don't know what's now North Africa retains Romance influence, and maybe Spanish takes on more of a Celtic influence into its language. Well, not Spanish, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they'll be vaguely similar to real cultures and languages. Apart from our English equivalent, which for convenience and world building reasons, we are just going to have our English equivalent as the English language.
Yeah, but as we've said, we can change the cultures a bit. We can mix it up. Try not to be as boring as we can. So yeah, we'll have to see how that comes out. But this episode is more of a just telling you what we're going to be doing, really, or what we are doing and what is to come. So we're just explaining what the world is, what is going on, really, and in future episodes we will be doing we're going to be making languages, which is fantastic for me because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'll teach you.
And we're going to be placing empires, certain places, colonies at different places, and yeah, it'll be interesting, and sorting out military, I think, which I'm definitely excited for, because that's definitely my kind of world building.
That's really not my kind, so we're both going to be coming out of our comfort zones a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
Right, so should I bring up, like, if they want to contact us about like anything they want to talk about, leave comments about anything?
Go ahead, yeah.
You can leave comments. If you're on YouTube, you can leave comments under the video on our subreddit, which there's a link to in the doobly-doo. You can leave comments on there. You can, I guess, email us.
Can do.
salesandsilver@gmail.com. Maybe check, may not. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, we'll just go with it, I guess.
And also, you can join our Discord server, which there will also be a link to in the doobly-doo, as well as on the sidebar of the subreddit and on the banner of the YouTube channel.
Yeah. So, next episode, we will be finding out or making where everything is within this world, where colonies are, where I guess
a rough political map.
Yeah, and we can do
without details on the countries.
Yeah, we can do where
or names.
Some native groups are and that lot, and yeah, we'll just do whatever, really. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay, is that all?
Yep.
Okay, see you next time in episode 1.